Hey guys, welcome back to Vinceville Custom. So today I'm sharing with you a Harley Quinn, I guess you could say cosplaying as the police from, I always forget how to say this name, as Masamune Shirow inspired. I probably butchered that name, but basically it's a police officer sort of like in that outfit from that old manga, I guess it is, or animated show. I never really saw it. I do sort of know the characters now that, you know, that it was a winner of a poll from my Patreon. So that's kind of what we came up with. So you kind of see we sort of followed that outfit design, but in a way made it Harley Quinn. So that's kind of what we came up with. I finally was able to finish her up. Had a little bit of some issues after I was coming close to the item. I missed some stuff here and there, so I had to kind of clean some stuff up. And I had to do a little bit more detailing. But all in all, I got it done pretty well. This is sort of a live stream item. So what happens is, those who don't know, on my Patreon, every once in a while I come across a damaged item, or I do a polling of an item, and I use it on my live streams. And basically what we did is we voted for a bunch of ideas. Because I think I got this from somebody who didn't want it, and I got it really ultra cheap, where I paid a little bit money plus shipping, and I kind of used it for the live streams. Usually the way it works is if I ever find a damaged item or a really cool project, or somebody says, hey, I got something damaged, I don't want it, if you just pay shipping you can have it, I kind of throw those onto the live stream votes for Patreon items. So this is kind of how this one came to be. So we had a whole voting thing of different ideas, and this is what won. So what we did is we kind of came up with the whole police item design, but we kind of made it with Harley Quinn's design, and we kind of changed some things up here and there. I don't have a lot of work in progress pictures of her because this was all done on live streams, so I tend not to really take the pictures because it's just more for the people on the live streams, and we kind of just go back and forth with ideas, and we see who votes and wins, and that's kind of what we did. So we'll kind of go break it down from what I remember, because this went on for a while. So what I did is, when you take this item apart from Sideshow, she got the cloth on there. So once you take the cloth on, the body is very, very rough, because they figured, the factory was like, well, we could keep the body sort of rough, but not super, super rough, and we could put the cloth over and get away with it. But when you take that cloth off, there's a lot of, like, you know, rough parts on the legs from the seams. There's air bubbles, and there's a lot of stuff you got to kind of clean up. And even when they glue the arms on, there's the seams underneath there and all that stuff, so they're kind of a mess. And I think one of the legs are glued on too, and there's a seam there you have to kind of clean. And also, one of the things is her booty is actually very lower than it should be, and I think they did that for when you put the cloth on her, it curves better around her leg than actually have a booty like I sculpted. So we'll kind of get over it. We'll give you a better booty shot later. So after I took all that cloth off, what I did is I sort of reworked the neck area. I redid the boob area, and then what we did is we talked about how this is going to be. Is she going to have like a zip down item, or are we going to have this a see-through outfit? Because I guess those police characters, sort of the outfits are a little bit see-through. So we did some votes, and we did an idea where if it's going to be see-through, we won't have a zip down showing cleavage. But if we have this cleavage showing, we're going to do more of like a latex outfit. So after some back and forth, people decided to do like the cleavage and sort of show the latex outfit and stuff. So that's kind of what we did. So we reworked all that. We did the whole design. You could see like the Photoshop mock-up in the beginning of the video of like what I had in mind. And then basically we did the outfit. We did a bra showing through with some white underwear and stuff in the bra. Because you figure Harley's got to have some white on her. Because it's red, black, and white. So even though her face has the white paint, we did that stuff with white. And then what I did is I sculpted these items down here. And then you figure over here, it was going to be a tight item around here with the booty. So what I had to do there is I put a metal rod there on the live stream, and then we sculpted eaves around this piece here. So when it comes around there, if you just sculpt it right underneath the booty and it comes down, it looks kind of odd. But I understand, like, if you were going to do for like a factory and you're going to produce like 1,000 of them, you really can't do this. It would take too much and costly, so you would have to come up with a different design. But for this one of a kind, we could do that. Now over here, since we got a little bit of the booty shot, we figured this one, I talked to everybody, I said, well, you figure Harley wouldn't always have her act together. I said, why don't we have it where this piece is sort of not connecting to down here, and we'll have it ripped up, well, not ripped up, but like lined up over here, like it's bunched up and it kind of came off the clip, and we could see more of her booty, and everyone kind of liked that idea, so that's what we did there. Now, as far as these pieces down here, it's like a stocking. It's kind of like this part is sort of like the stocking area and stuff. So after I did her skin tone and everything and this stuff, I sort of did a light coats of the stockings of red and black. So it kind of worked out pretty well, as you can see. I kept her shoes from the original statue because I figured that would work out pretty well. I figured, you know, I didn't want to go too far with the item. Sometimes these items for live streams, I don't really like to go too far. I kind of like utilize a lot of the parts in there, but other times we do take it to another level, and we'll see what we can do there. As far as the base goes, it's just a round base from some other A's and stuff I had from a long project ago. I was collecting dust. So I went in the garage, cleaned it up, and I put it on there because I think the base that came with this statue too was smashed and broken, because this part up here is from the original base, I think, but this part is kind of attached onto. I forget. It was just something I did years ago, and it was kind of just like collecting dust. Her head is removable, as we can show you. And I did sculpt this hair on the streams because it was kind of like, you know, I like this head the most, and this one didn't come with the exclusive. And basically we kind of kept this in there, and we kind of sculpted that. And I sculpted the hair, you know, a little bit different, having a little bit more fun. I like to try stuff extra on these live streams too, just to see how hair can be done and redone. And I wanted to make it a little bit more puffy this time instead of like closer to her face. And that's what I did with that one. Now, her hands and mallet are always a problem with this statue. And that's one of the things I kind of dislike about this statue. It's good statue, and I really like what Sideshow did. But the mallets and stuff are a problem because, you know, this piece kind of connects there and this one connects there. So with this one right here, what I did is we did it with a metal rod into here. So this connects into there. And then this hand over there kind of goes over it like a glove, and we kind of went down here because this one was going to be a problem to have this glove kind of connected to the fabric. So I said I got to kind of bring this fabric down and show some skin, and that's another thing for Harley. You figure she's a little bit messy, her outfit isn't perfect, so this is kind of coming down. Now this metal rod is actually a brass metal rod with other brass metal rods connected to it, so it looks like it's a collapsible piece. Think of like, you know, something like Gambit has, where it's kind of collapsible. You figure it could be like a really small mallet if you collapse it, but then larger and stuff. And this right here, Raz, this is actually Raz from my stream. He does 3D printing, and he was the one who made this suggestion. And when we pulled everything out of the hat, this was the character that won. He found this top mallet piece on one of the 3D sites, and he was kind enough to print this out for us, and it worked out pretty well. Kind of like that futuristic mallet type thing. So that was that. And now as far as her skin tone, she's very, very like virgin flesh skin tone. So I did a little bit of virgin flesh outfit on her with the skin. This is all candy coated Spaztec red with their chrome silver, and then basically gloss coated to make it look like a latex outfit. And this is also their gloss black with Spaztec gloss on top of it to give it that really shiny look. And then her diamonds, her gloves, her neck, and her basically her shoes, that's all like flat and like texturized, like to make it look like a leather kind of outfit. You can kind of see down there. It's a little bit shiny in the cameras because I used a satin varnish on it, and with these bright lights it makes it look a little bit glossier than it actually is, but you figure it's a little bit more leathery looking, as you can see. Her hair is kind of more like a platinum blonde. I don't like throwing too much like bright yellow paint into Harley hairs. I try to keep her more of a platinum blonde because I'm not really a fan of like throwing like very harsh yellows into her hair. More of like other blondes would have a little bit more yellows into them. Like you figure like Black Canary, Supergirl, characters like that might have a little bit more yellow in their hair. But with Harley, I kind of try to keep it more of a raw sienna, like washed, like muted, like browns, and then like platinum white. You know, like sort of just to take it down. Basically, we gave her a little bit of white makeup on her face, and those eyes are actually, I think, from Evolution X Studio eyes. He's the one, Frank, that is doing all these eye decals now. That since Archer of Fine Transfers has retired and went out of business. So I usually show his stuff on streams and everything, and I'll put a link in the description for you guys if you're looking to get eye decals and stuff. Stuff's really good. They go on pretty well. I'm still learning to go work with his stuff a little bit more since the clear paper is a little bit thicker than the Archer Fine Transfer, but I do find that his stuff doesn't really tear as much too. So it's a little bit of a changing of pace, but things are working out pretty well. But there you go. That is the Harley Quinn police from the show. I'm sorry, I butchered the name. I'm sorry about that, but that's how it is. And then let's kind of give you one last booty shot because I think this booty worked out pretty well. Like I said, I really had to rework her booty because it comes down to like here, almost, whereas her crotch is here, and the booty came down further. And like I said, Sideshow did that for the fabric, but I kind of corrected that issue and brought it up more and kind of gave her a little bit more of a bubble butt too. Kind of worked that out there. So that is that. Now, nobody on the Patreon expressed interest in her. Usually I always tell my patrons that whatever characters we do, if you guys are interested, hit me up first. It's first come, first serve for Patreons. Since no one's really suggested or put any interest in it, she's going to end up on eBay, and if she sells, what I do is I use those funds to find another character or another item to use for my live streams and patrons vote on, and we just keep the cycle going. That's kind of what these are about. They're not about, you know, commissions are commissions, side projects are side projects, but the Patreon stuff is kind of like, find something, we have fun with it, we let them people vote, we do whatever, and I use those items for either supplies or other items for statue stuff, and we keep just, we just keep it going. But like I said, if Patreons always express interest, they get first dibs on the items, of course, and of course at a cheaper rate too as well than eBay and all that stuff. But there you go. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with some more videos.